Elections are over, folks have been placed, and we got a new face and a familiar face to join us from United Mutual. I want to welcome Marie Collins and Mickey Choi Ho to the program. Thanks for coming back.
Yes.
And we will be talking to you about the future of the board and all of those kinds of things. But first, I want to talk a little bit with Marie because she's kind of new to our viewers in terms of service on the board. So welcome.
Thank you.
So let me ask the first and obvious question: what made you want to serve on the HOA board?
Well, my life has always been pretty much some kind of service. I was a math teacher for 20 years, and then I was a lawyer I'm still a lawyer for, and helping people. And this is my home now, and I love living here. I lived in Texas until 7 years ago.
Yeah, I should have made your title Marie Collins Esquire. I love that.
Yeah.
And so it's just been kind of a story. I was looking at your resume. I think we put it up on the screen for a second there, and it's quite a lot of experience. And it seems like you are an ideal kind of candidate to serve here in this community. And do you feel like I can come in here and really make a difference?
Yes. One of my entrepreneurial things was I was a acting partner in a turnaround company out of Newport Beach.
Okay.
And we would go into companies that weren't, being very successful, and I would find out what did they need. They need internet, they need this, they need that, and we would turn them around and make them successful. So there are a lot of things here that I felt like I could bring that experience to and examining. And another thing I'm really excited about our new internet coming in here. In 1999, a little ahead of my time, because of that business, I had a company that I couldn't get internet to. AT&T said it'd be 2 years. I said, what? So I created the first wireless internet company in Houston.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, so I've got a wide experience in business and law and teaching math.
There you go. Okay. And you don't sound like a native Californian. Did you grow up in Texas? Yeah, you went to school there, and it sounds like your whole life was kind of there?
I lived, I was actually born in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, but when my dad came back from Iwo Jima, he was in the Second World War, and we moved down to Houston when I was 5.
Okay.
So from 5 to 77, I was a Texas girl, yeah.
Okay.
I'm still, you can take the girl out of Texas,
yeah.
but you can't take the Texas out of the girl.
I lived in Texas for a couple years.
Where?
My very first Abilene.
Abilene.
I've been to San Antonio. I've been to Houston. I've been to Dallas, Fort Worth. I've been to Austin. I've been a lot of places out there, and I really love being out there. And it's a great experience.
Yeah.
But my God, it's so vast and spread out.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's almost its whole country, and some people think it is.
Well,
it
was.
Yes,
It
was. Remember the Alamo.
That's right.
And so when you bring that experience here, a lot of people, I always ask people, you're in your golden years, so to speak. This is a time where you should be taking it easy. You came out to California, I'm sure, for whatever number of reasons, the weather, the lifestyle, or whatever it might be. But now you want to serve, and really, this is work.
Well, the truth is, I still do projects. I don't do courtroom anymore.
Okay.
But I do projects, and but the reason I came out here, my brother was out here, and I was out here visiting him, and Hurricane Harvey came along and totally wiped me out at home.
Oh,
I had
gosh.
nothing, no cars, no clothes, no anything. I had fortunately sent my little dog off to another place that very night.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, so I had bought a place here just to come visit him, and have a place to stay and maybe rent it out. But here I was for the first time about to stay in it. Nothing. I said, I get it. So I feel like I was picked up and plopped out here for some reason. And this year, it seemed to be, I actually saw Mickey give us a talk at one of our town halls, and they were kind of begging for people to apply.
So Mickey was your recruiter?
Yeah. So I thought, well, I may as well do that.
Okay, and there you go. And here we are. You won your seat, and now you're on. So, Mickey, I want to bring you in the conversation now. New board members, and sometimes it's a challenge for them to get up to speed and understand the inner workings of how HOA boards work and those kinds of things. And so, is there kind of a learning curve for the new folks, and then you kind of really get to business?
Well, actually, this year we have such a wonderful new members. They are too enthusiastic, like Marie. I mean, they are jumping on the board work and so on. They are ready. And as she said, that she has brought a lot of experience, and the other members also. So we are ready to go.
Right. From your perspective, as an outsider looking in, now you're an insider. What are going to be the priorities in terms of making sure that
This year?
For this year?
Well, in fact, I think my experience with the turnaround companies is going to be very helpful, because we need to find, at this point in time, we need to do what's needed, but we need the things that we just kind of would like to have, or we want to wait a little bit till we get a little more financially out in front, shall we say.
Right, sure.
So that's one of the main things. And then the turf situation. I've gotten very interested in that and done a lot of research and working with the water board. By the way, I've gone through a lot of companies, okay? But that El Toro Water Board is run better than as good or better than any company I've ever seen. I'm very, very impressed.
We have them on the show every once in a while. They come in and kind of give us updates about what they're doing, and I'm always impressed too in terms of their on top of things, their replacement program, the quality assurances, and they're always looking ahead to what's next.
Yes.
It's never like a reaction; it's always proactive.
Well, one of the things, not knowing what they were doing, and when I saw this situation, and having some experience with water from air and with recycling water to the point of potability, like I saw a interview that Catherine Freshly did sitting right here, and telling, let's say it was you, I believe you were interviewing her.
Might have been.
Yeah, and she was telling about El Toro Water Board is looking into the new technologies of recycling to the point of potability, because what we have now is hard to get over here to United. That's why we don't have it.
Right.
Okay. But I had already spoken before I knew that I really wanted Laguna Woods United to look into being like a spaceship.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's a part of maintaining financial stability.
Yeah.
I mean, we all agree that single most crucial matter regarding organizations' health is financial stability. As I presented a couple of times already here in Town Hall, our United Mutual Reserve Fund has been going down ever since 2021. And so it's very dangerously low at the point. And also assessment fee has been increased because of that. And the reason why we had such a large amount of increase this year is because we had 2 years of the deficit from the previous, inheritance, right?
Right.
And so with that, we really like to work on cutting down as much as we can, but also we need to increase some other resources.
Yeah,
of
and assessments
revenue.
are going up, right? That's just the reality of those
Yes.
things. And how have you been able to explain that to the members and the folks in the community about why the assessments have to go up?
That's what I've been doing right now, right? So I presented, I think here on TV6 and also to the town hall, and as many as we can, whenever the committee meets and board meets, so on. So it's a reality, and for last 10 years, our United Mutual assessment didn't go up as much as any other places. Only about 4% increase average, which was good. But
it's good on one hand, but then of course then there's the results of, well, if you're not going to increase to keep up with things, then you get yourself into this kind of deficit mode, right? And that's one of the challenges.
That's right.
Well, like everybody, everybody's households prices are so far up, and living in
Exactly.
here, we're pretty much, stable on what we're bringing in.
Right.
We have to look through what we're spending money on, and are we getting the best deal here, and could we do a little better over there, and that's what we have to do.
Yeah. And Marie, when you have a new board member like this,
Right.
and does it invigorate you as well? Kind of like,
Of
come
course.
on, I'm excited.
Oh,
Nikki
yes.
says, yes, let's make this happen.
Right, yeah, of course. We will be doing very good work as a team. Our name is United.
Right, right.
But again, another initiative this year for me as a president is that we are living in such a diverse community. And last year, actually 2024, we did some survey completed for the whole United Mission. And we found that the residents came from all over the place.
I remember you guys presented
Right.
that, and there was this
Yeah,
pie chart of like every
exactly.
continent was
Right.
represented.
Even Antarctica. So we decided to bring all the community together and really celebrate unity among diversity, right? So all the culture, language, and talent, and everything. So hopefully that combining the first initiative, bringing some kind of revenue increase, maybe we will plan like a multicultural fundraising event, food and some of the cultural stuff. So that's one of the goals that we are having this year.
And that ad hoc committee that you talked about in terms of finding additional funding and that kind of thing, what do you think the potential is there in terms of, can it really be a revenue source that is
Right.
that is a good stream, or is it more about community and like, hey, we make some money here, but it's really about bringing our community together?
Well, there's one of the bringing community is one way of doing it,
Right.
but the last board really brought some very, very brilliant ideas, 3 or 4, and we will present it to the board pretty soon.
Okay.
And this year, we are going to implement that ideas, bring into the action plan, which could be a real considerable,
Okay.
amount of income we could generate, hopefully, but not yet open, but we will come up with those action plans pretty soon, hopefully.
And Marie, with any new venture, there's challenges and there's problems, and sometimes people see those as a good thing, right? Both problems, hey, if I have a problem, good, let's find solutions, let's work through that. Is that your approach in terms of how you're going to be on the board? Like, hey, okay, this is a problem, let's find solutions. Are you more solution-oriented?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I am solution-oriented.
Right.
And researching, not just taking on the surface what's happening or what has happened, or let's look deeply into it and let's research what we can do to solve this problem. And when there are alternatives, I'm really big on cost-benefit analysis between this alternative and that alternative.
Right, right. What's the return on investment?
Yeah, and
how
our
we
board
work-
is, we have so many talents from so
Right.
many different directions, and we are united. I say that too. We are from United and we are united.
Right.
But some of the challenges were right at first. Hardly anybody who has not yet been on one of these boards really understands all these relationships between the different HOAs, and they are each separate corporations.
Right.
So they have to behave that way, and yet we are together in a united way.
Right, in this community, and the Golden Rain Foundation, and then of course we're dealing with the folks
Yes.
at EMS, and so there's so many
The
entities
trust,
to
yes.
to be able to work with
Yes.
and in companionship with, and kind of build those relationships
Yes.
up to kind of build the whole community up, right?
And the members who have already been there a good while were very helpful in feeding us reading material. So much reading material.
Yes.
But it was very helpful,
Yeah.
and very quickly we're learning exactly what the relationships are and how to use them to our benefit.
Is one of the challenges of being board member, I'll ask both you guys this, is becoming a quick study in a lot of diverse areas. I need to know how turf works. I need to know how our water systems
Right.
work. I need to know how roofing, and how trash pickups, security. I mean, it's like all of a sudden you need to become an expertise on how communities are run.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, so, good way of learning. We have such an excellent staff people. They bring up all the knowledge and all experience,
Yeah.
expertise. So
Staff
we
of the
can-
committees,
right,
I
sure,
imagine, do
right.
so much of the work,
Yeah,
and they bring it to
exactly.
you in as an
Right.
advisory kind of form.
Right, and also our board dynamics. I mean, we have a different personality, different skills, different qualities, and we all come together. Sometimes, we have a challenging, right? But in the closed session, actually, after board meeting, in the morning we have open meeting, and then afternoon it's a closed session. And among the board members, we have all different kind of interactions, and sometimes it could be challenging, but actually it works very well. So, it's
Well,
exciting.
and you were so right. There's so many different things, but nobody can be an expert on everything.
Right.
But from my background, I've been into so many different things. But as an attorney, for instance, one time I had a client who was a tandem wheel, that's two wheels, came off together on a truck coming at them and came this way. Well, before I go in that courtroom, I'd better know more about tandem wheels than anybody in there. And so that's what I'm used to doing. I really research deep into things and then figure out how to make them work.
That sounds like it. And in the meantime, I want to make sure I get this up here before we go. In the meantime, she's also posing for magazine covers on Millennium Magazine, the Who's Who magazine. So that's kind of cool too.
Thanks.
You-
Same, different blouse.
Same jacket, folks. It's a different blouse. She wasn't wearing the exact same thing, but it's kind of holding it up, it's a little matchy.
Right.
What's the thing you're most excited about to serve on the board?
I think the water from air and the recycling. We had, all of the water boards in Orange County had an event not too long ago called H2O for HOAs. And it was extremely exciting. We learned there that actually in Los Angeles, we are further along in this progress. In Los Angeles, there are two recycle plants that are already experimenting with being able to recycle water to a potable state. And that's what El Toro Water Board is really researching right now. And the sooner we can get that done, we will be saving the money that El Toro Water Board has to spend buying money from North California. That's one source. And they have about 8 particles per whatever. And then the other source is the Colorado River, and it's got 17 particles. But when you recycle the way this new technology does, 0 particles.
Oh, just bring it right from here. You've been reelected. You're
Right.
on the board. You're on the board again. What keeps you coming back?
Well, actually, I am elected last year, but I am elected as a president this year, so it's continuous. The more I learn, the more our lives here, it's exciting. I mean, Marie shared this morning, and we run our home, right? Make it maintained, clean, and in order, and sustainable, and so on. So as a big community, I mean, particularly this wonderful, wonderful community coming from all over the place, live together. So we just saw, the way that we work together and communicate together, it brings me a joy, and serving one another, So that's why I keep on working and serving people together.
Well,
right?
Maria and Mickey, we've had a joyful time together. And thank you
Yes.
guys for coming
Thank
in.
you
I
very
appreciate
much.
sharing the information and just joining us and talking about that all stuff. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, from United Mutual, we want to thank them again. When we come back, we have got some announcements for you and a quick check of the weather. Stay with us.